The Ultimate Starved Rock Wedding Expo is your online resource to learn about local businesses that will make your wedding dreams come true.
Hello, I'm Jamie London, here with JC from Guys on the Radio DJ Service and Stress Free Event Group, also my second job. So we'll talk about that.
This works out nicely.
Just a bit, I know. So JC, more than just a DJ. I know in the title it's Guys on the Radio DJ Service, the first part of it, but so much more than a DJ. You do things that other DJs couldn't do.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's a very high level of confidence.
It is. I've seen it firsthand.
But I thought about it recently, and we've been doing weddings for, I know Shap and I started in like 2001. Did our first wedding together.
25 years.
So, yeah, we're about 25 years worth of weddings. Guys on the Radio has been in existence for over 15 years. This is our 16th year in business. And we've been blessed, to have an amazing area and a great community. And we've been able to build on what we do as DJs, because being a wedding DJ is way different than being, say, a bar DJ or an event DJ. One of the things that we do with weddings is that it's not necessarily just the music. Music is a huge part of what we do, but it's about running the event. And it's about knowing when things happen and how they're going to happen, and also being able to see issues arise before they come up, and being able to address those ahead of time with the planning process, and then also at the day of the event, because literally when you're in the wedding industry, you have one chance to get all this stuff right. And so planning's a big part of that. And I think, and just kind of leading into what you were talking about, is we added the planning business as one of the things that we do, because we're looking at the entire day. And because you went out and DJ'd with us too before you started working for Sister Stress Free Planning for us, is even as a DJ, we end up taking the reins of the event and running things and making things go smoothly for couples. But we've run into where we're at somebody's house, or maybe they're doing a farm wedding at the family farm using one of the big barns, and they're bringing all their own decor in, but they don't have the support of, say, a wedding coordinator that you would have at an event space. Most event halls will have a coordinator that's going to work with you and represent the hall and help you move things forward. But if you're doing things on your own, you don't have that. And we found that our market, especially the Starved Rock region of Illinois, was really missing a lot of planners. If you're bringing planners in, it might be a friend of the family. There's a few planners out there, but not a lot. A lot of times people were going down to the Bloomington Normal area, Peoria, Champaign, possibly even Chicago, to bring in wedding coordinators. And I was seeing that. I know Shap and I had a wedding once. We were at somebody's family farm, and they had brought in catering, and they had really nice bathrooms, like the nice air-conditioned bathrooms, right?
Nice, yeah.
And halfway through the event, they were out of toilet paper in the bathroom.
No.
The caterer didn't know what to do with the dishes, so they just left them on the dance floor. So I had a dance floor full of just tubs of dirty dishes.
Oh, that's gross.
The bar ran out of soda. They ran out of liquor at some point, and beer. And the bartender was strapped going, "I'm sorry." And it's like 8:00 at night. There's no more beer.
And you're supposed to party for another 4 hours.
Correct. So we're there, and Shap and I were kind of looking at each other and like, okay, maybe it's time.
Yeah.
And at that point, we had reached out to a couple ladies we had worked with at another event venue, and they were actually sisters, which is where Sisters Planning comes from. And we said, look, we need to have this available. And so we took planning from a different point of view, because a lot of planners are designers. They work, if you're doing the full coordination, not just the day of stuff, they're working with contracts and all that. And we're just like, look, sometimes people just need more people.
Yes.
You need, if you can lean on your family, that's great. But sometimes, asking the family to do stuff, or people agree to do things, and then they just completely fall flat on their face. And they don't help. Yeah. I know I've been to several events over the years where I'm like, hey, this is your point person. You're going to find them, and they're drunk off in a corner somewhere. And
that happens more than you'd think.
Just not there. And so that was the whole concept of Sisters was, look, we just want to add essentially somebody who will treat you like another, you can treat us like another family member. We're going to come in, we're going to work with you, we're going to follow, your what you're looking for your day, but also make sure there are people there that can make sure that the vendors, like the caterers, aren't leaving dirty dishes on the dance floor, that the bar is stocked and that we know where to get the stuff for that. Sometimes, we go as far as emptying garbage cans at private events. Outside of venues where that might come up. But for the most part, it's just giving you additional people to make sure your day goes very, very smoothly. And that's kind of the concept behind Sisters Planning. And then we offer the full day of coordinating, which is, again, working with your vendors, your timelines, making sure you get where you need to go, set up and clean up of decor from ceremony site to all your tables, making sure the centerpieces are placed, the name cards are out so people know where to go, the seating charts are out, all that. And then at the end of the day, cleaning it all up. And there are some venues that you have to be out by midnight. So if you have those kind of restrictions, your party ends at a certain time. But guess what? For the next hour, you might want to drink a cup of coffee and get yourself out of that drunken haze, because now you're cleaning up for the next couple of hours. So it can take some of that stress off of you by having a team like our Sister Stress-Free Planning, which Jamie has been an amazing coordinator for us. How many years now? Geez, you've been with us for a long time.
Maybe probably 5.
5 years on
At
the
least,
sister side?
Around 5, yeah.
And what are to expand on that, is there anything, now I'm interviewing you now, is there anything that because I can talk about sisters, but I'm never the one doing it. You're the one doing it.
I think where we come in is the small things, something to cut the cake.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just, the tiniest thing that you think would just be there, it's not going to be there if you don't make it be there. So, so the knife, the plate, to cut the cake, something that small, to something as big as, there's probably going to be a rainstorm today. We need umbrellas. So it's looking at not only the wedding part, but you got to look at the weather. You've got to look at everything surrounding that day, because just the tiniest little thing could just set something off that you don't want.
I know that you have been really instrumental with some events, especially when it comes to transportation even.
Yes. Yeah. So, we'll have to... sometimes we have to drive to and fro places. Sometimes we have to get certain people to and from places, certain decorations. Let's say you left something at home.
Yeah.
We've had to do that before, where we have to go to their house, get into their house, figure out where they put it, because we don't know their house, and bring it to either the church or the venue, wherever we are. It's the little things that, if you didn't have that extra person to go to that house and get that lost item, what are you going to do? You're going to have to be without it, but you've probably spent hundreds of dollars on that thing. Yeah,
especially if it's key to your event,
right? And
it isn't there, or you forgot to bring it, or having that extra person is just key. And so Sisters has been fantastic for that. And it works so nicely with what we do as DJs to have another set of people that are helping coordinate. Because I know as a DJ, just getting people together, finding parents, because that's another thing too, is that I feel like when you're looking and you're researching and doing all the things that you need to make sure you plan your perfect wedding, because you're putting a lot of money. This is a big investment.
Yes.
Weddings today aren't what they were even 25 years ago when I started.
It's more expensive than your car.
It is. And so if you're making this big purchase and you want all these little pieces to happen the way you want them to go, finding the right vendors to make all these things happen is very key. And so, like we mentioned with the sister side, same thing with the DJ side. We're anticipating things before they happen, because if you've been to events or you've been to weddings where the DJ gets on the mic and goes, does anybody know where the father of the bride is? We try to eliminate all that.
Right.
As possible, because before all the special dances happen, we make sure everybody's in the room. We're going around, we're greeting, and that, having sisters with us, that also makes things nice for me, because I can go, hey, can you go find the father of the bride? Make sure he's here and ready for dances. So same thing with the toasts, all that, everything that happens during your event, it's very carefully planned and thought out. And that's the thing too. I mean, when I talk to couples and when we meet and we go over stuff, because typically the process is this: is if you're interested in what we do have all of our pricing and offerings on our website at guysontheradio.com. If you go there, you'll find out more about Sisters Planning. You'll find out about Guys on the Radio. You'll find out about Flash Photo Booth, the live musicians we work with, the officiants we work with, the videographers we work with. And you can book all those under one package, so it makes it really nice. We can bundle all this stuff together, do one contract, which is where the Stress Free Event Group comes from. And then once we get all that in place and we meet, we go over your day, we talk a lot about what it is that you hope to accomplish on your wedding day, because no two weddings are the same. We may use the similar timelines and use that as a starting point to help you with crafting your day, but also we understand that you and your fiance, you come from different places, you have different family than the last couple that we worked with. And so it's understanding how your wedding is going to be broke down, how many guests are going to be there, what type of music do you like, how can we make this wedding be special to you? All those things can be discussed. If you want to do any interactives, meaning you want to play games or any of that stuff during your day, we can make all that work. It's just everything that happens on your wedding day needs to be discussed and planned to make sure that it goes very, very smooth. So the thing about music is, when it comes to music and how we work with that, is if you are making playlists on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever service you're using, YouTube Music, you can send us your playlist. And you know what? I love bachelorette and bachelor party playlists because it tells me everything I need to know about a couple.
Oh, that's great.
So, because a bachelorette playlist is like you and all your girls. Like,
yep.
It tells us everything we need to know. So we can use those as guidelines. We also have must playlists and play if possibles and do not plays that you can set up. You can even program your cocktail and dinner music hour, even your ceremony music and how you want people to feel as they enter the room. That's a big part of what music does. I think, it's like watching a movie. If you watch a horror movie without the soundtrack, it doesn't have the same impact as when you're sitting there watching it and then the music comes on.
Completely different movie.
Yeah. I like to use the beginning of The Shining as an example.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you remember the beginning of the movie The Shining, and I might be dating myself here, but it's a great horror movie if you've never seen it. So at the beginning of The Shining, they're driving on this curvy road. And what if you took the music from Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation,
Holiday Road,
and overlaid it on top of The Shining? It's a completely different movie than if you use the original soundtrack, which is brooding and it takes you into that like mysterious what's about to happen.
Right.
Thing. So music has that same effect on us when we walk into a room. What's playing when we walk into the room will instantly transport you or take you into that emotion that you want for your day. So that's why I don't believe any playlist is throwaway. Like everything should be talked about and decided. Even, when people walk into your ceremony, if you're doing your ceremony at the same location, you need us to do sound, we're going to work with you and say, look, do you want it elegant? Cool. Do you want it elegant like Bridgerton? Cool. Vitamin String Quartet, done. Do you want it to reflect the love songs that are important to you? Maybe we put a love song mix together, or just songs that really set the mood. Are you more like Iron and Wine? I'm trying to think of some other like Americana artists. Do you like that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Noah Kahan. Is that how you say his name? I don't even know.
I don't even know.
You know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
right?
Kahan,
yes.
but I don't know how to say it.
Do you want that kind of vibe? Maybe the more like acoustic alternative sound. That all can be discussed, and we put that together. I know the Red Dirt for a while. The Red Dirt Country was really big for a while. We threw a lot of those guys in there. Mm-hmm. So it just depends on the mood that you want to set. At the ceremony, from even the cocktail hour, same thing when you're putting playlists together for cocktail hour. My biggest recommendation is to go upbeat. Too many people treat cocktail hour and dinner music as, again, throwaway. But again, you're getting your guests in the mood that you want them to be in so that you throw a killer party, because that's where it all comes down to. And then when it comes time to DJing, I know myself, I do beat match, blending. We work on crafting a playlist for your wedding. we're not about breaking new music, right? Or or even just getting crazy with DJ over DJ kill. It's about creating a playlist that doesn't stop, that goes from one song to the next song, goes from genre to genre without being obnoxious, but also keeping in mind who's at your event. And I think that's what separates us from the competition, is that every single detail, from how your event's going to move, to how we're going to introduce people, to emotions that we want to convey in the job that we're doing, that's what we do at Guys on the Radio DJ Service.
And all of that can change, too. I remember I was DJing a wedding once, and they were like, yeah, we want country all night. And I'm like, great, that's my jam.
Yeah.
And then we got about an hour of country in, and they're like, we don't want to hear this anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of flexibility because of how we do things. And, yeah, we can pivot whenever you want to pivot at your wedding.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's it, too, is just kind of feeling how the vibe's going, and reacting to that. There are some couples say, no requests. We don't want any requests. But here's the thing. Trust us, because we've been doing this for a really long time. And so when we go to an event and we go to DJ an event, I think the big thing is being able to trust your DJ to pivot, like Jamie said, to make those calls, to make those decisions, and to make sure that your guests are all having a great time. Now, I know things are going to be on the Do Not playlist, and we'll totally do that. I even go so far as to create keywords for people that are okay to request songs.
Oh, okay.
And the reason is that a lot of people will come up to a DJ at a wedding and go, hey, the bride sent me up to play this song, or the groom sent me up to play this song.
No, they didn't.
Because that's their trick, because they want you to play their song. But every request that comes in, and every time somebody makes an interaction with the DJ, it's serious. I want to take those interactions seriously, because you know what, they want to dance, or they want to interact, but in order for them to do so, these are the songs that are going to work for them. However, as a DJ, we have to use our DJ brains to go, this song, based on everything I know about the couple and everything that I've experienced up until this part of the night, is not going to work.
Right.
So thank you for your requests. I'm gonna put it in my little pile here of requests, but it probably won't get played, because it has to make sense to the party that's being thrown at that time. So all of that kind of goes together to make a really successful wedding event. And I mean, we've been we were ranked by The Knot as part of their Wedding Hall of Fame, just from years and years and years of reviews, and me paying The Knot. So we need reviews, and we have to pay The Knot. Those two things, and we get awards. But I mean, it's true. If you go back and you look at our reviews on Google, you look at them on The Knot, you look at them on Wedding Wire, or even on our Facebook page, you'll see we've been doing this for a long time, and that the couples we work with are very, very happy with the product that they get. And the reason is because we work really hard to make sure that each event is special and accomplishes those things that they want for their wedding day. So
okay, so you started with DJ, just DJ, and then added sisters, and then the Flash Photo booth came along in there at some point.
Yes, we bought Flash Photo from Cheryl in Utica in 2020. Which was a great time to invest in wedding industry businesses. But what's cool is we've taken that product, and Cheryl was amazing. Flash Photo had a very good reputation, and I love that she let us keep the name and continue to push that product, because she did such a great job and was so customer centric. So when she was ready to retire and offered us the booth, we were like, let's go, let's do it, because we were using her primarily for our photo booths. So when we got to keep the name and to continue with Flash Photo, that was pretty big for us. And I mean, we've adjusted our photo booth. It's not the same booth that Cheryl had. We went and got some different things. So we have a standalone booth that can actually be a selfie station, which is essentially, we set it up at the event, and the guests interact with it. They send themselves gifts, or I hate saying gifts. It's GIFs. And again, dating myself. And also you can do like little selfies, and you can have a backdrop with like a frame that goes around it. You can do like Snapchat filters with it if you want to. And that's all in one day. You can have it there. Or if you send out attendance, we can do printouts with it too. And then we'll bring props and a backdrop or a booth, and you'll get 2 attendants to work it too. So, and we do, and again, with everything that we staff, that's a big thing too, because again, we have one chance to get it right. So we probably overstaff, but we do it for a reason, and it's strategic. We overstaff because we don't want to miss anything. If for some reason you had Jamie running your event and then Lana was helping her, if Jamie got sick, we'd still have Lana who could we could slide into Jamie's place, and then we could pick up somebody else like Amanda to come in and help out Lana. So I mean, that's one of the reasons why we do that, because we always have 2 people ready to go for every event. And then same thing with DJs. We always send 2 people out for every event there. For flash photo, when we do flash photo, there's 2 people staffed. And again, it's just making sure that we have all the people necessary to make sure that we take care of your event.
And we have talked about adding a thing or two in 2026. Not sure if we can talk about this yet.
Okay.
But helping you with your pets. Like,
I would love that, Jamie.
Say you want to get your pets there for pictures, but then, you don't want them to stay for the whole wedding. So we are kind of in the beginning processes of that whole thing.
Yes. I got to get the packages together. And you know what? Since we're talking about it, I'm going to guarantee we'll work on that.
Okay.
By the time this gets posted, we'll have it up on the website, because I definitely do need to do some updates on the website. So yeah, we'll add in the pet packages too with Sisters Planning that Jamie will run. So if you do, want to get that dog down the aisle. I've seen it. I can't tell you how many weddings, in every couple, and I've told you this since you brought this idea up, every couple I've talked to about the adding in the pet stuff has been like, oh yeah, if we had somebody, I totally would have taken advantage of that, because just, having somebody to get the pet to and from places is tough. Your
pet is your family. You want them to be a part of your big day, not the whole big day, because that's a lot on the pets.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody that you can trust, that you can get them where they need to be, get them home safe and sound in bed, then, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yep. So big thing to add to Sisters will be we got to come up with a good name for that.
We
too.
do.
We need a name for our dog package.
We'll do that. Well, JC from Guys on the Radio DJ Service and Stress Free Event Group. Anything else that you'd like to add before we let you go today?
Check us out. We have Instagram. We've got Facebook. I do have a TikTok that I never update. If you look under Stress Free Event Group on TikTok, but you'll find us at guysontheradio.com, where you can find our availability and all of our packages.
For more podcasts and tips and tricks for a memorable wedding, visit the Ultimate Starved Rock Wedding Expo at starvedrock.media.